You need my email or you have it done?
I think I have. I'll double check.
Okay.
But so this is, what we really focused on today was more the shifting. So what I'm going to do, just so you can see it, and everything we're talking right now is pretty much live. We talked a little bit about your setup where you can be a little taller, a little less knee flex, and then you won't see kind of the bow in between the legs. You see how kind of your legs, if they bowed out a little bit. That's just about standing a little taller at a dress. But if I did the same thing here, I want you to see. So he's going to take a swing back, which we said the backswing was very, very good. Grip looked good. Setup looked good. There we go. Now the difference you're going to see is he's going to go. Oh, I'm going to let him go first. He's going to shift his weight, and you'll see his left hip kind of move this way, and then his upper body follows that. And you can see how far away he's actually moved from the right line. There's a lot of space in between there, which tells us that his weight is now down the inside of the front leg of the left leg. Whereas now when you're coming down, you can see as you almost come down to the ball, there's not much space between you and the line there. Whereas if we went back to him as he's hitting the ball, you can see there's a huge amount of space there because he shifted everything forward. Where you're actually, we call spinning. You're going kind of like this. So what we really wanted to do, because you can see the arm motion is actually quite good. So, sorry about that. Continue to draw. But your arm motion was pretty good. So we wanted to make sure we're shifting first. So our goal was to feel like when you come down from the top of the swing, we'll show you with him first. Was to go to the top of the swing, feel like you shift your legs or your left hip, shift, and then let your arms fall down. And the drill we did was more the step drill. So you start with your feet together, and you swing back, then you step, and then you swing. That was a good little exercise to do. And then this was the after product, so we're going to just compare you to yourself here. So if we did that, put the legs of the rumble again. One here, one here. So you can definitely see the change in how the legs start at the setup position.
So taller, not
a little taller, right, and not as bent, so the knees aren't going out as much. You're not going to probably see too much difference in your backswing, which is not a bad thing because the backswing was pretty good. Okay, so what you'll start to see in the downswing is the huge difference here. So here we'll take you to almost halfway down, and you can see your legs almost look the same as they were at a dress when you started. Now watch here. Here's where we're just shifting the weight, going right through that line, and watch the difference here. If you're halfway down, look how much more space is there, and look at the gap between your legs. Much different. Going here, and you can see it's almost like from this point you can see that your hands, if I put in green, and your right leg kind of going in together. You see that? Because you're driving in. Boom, this one went right up in the air pretty good. So that's a huge difference in the positioning there, where now your weight is down your left leg right here versus back here.
Right.
So that's a huge, huge difference, and you'll see it around there. Look how much nicer that finish is. It looks more balanced compared to that. So, and the other thing we said is when you're hitting a little bit to the right, it's just a lot of it is from changing the grip pressure, or I should say from changing it from using your upper body to now using your lower, you tend to grip it just a tad bit tighter. So if you tend to find yourself still hitting it a little to the right, just make sure your grip pressure, if there's a scale of 1 to 10, it stays at about a 5, but it stays there the whole time. So right now it's probably starting at about a 5, and then when it gets to the ball, it's probably like 8 or a 9.
Yeah, you can see it kind of tense up too when I swing through.
Without a doubt there. And what you'll see is, and see how there's a big space between your arms here? I'll just show you. See if I can show you the pro here.
Not much.
So if he's still going, you can see how he's kind of cross over a bit, right, like this. And that's really just due to the relaxation of it. And that's why we did a little bit of that feet together drill, to get you to relax and feel that crossover. Because the more your right arm crosses over your left, kind of like this, the more the club face actually turns to the left. So if you ever find that you're having trouble to the right again. It's probably a little bit of tension in the grip that's not allowing your arms to cross over.
Okay.
So let's keep that there.